Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be taking a look at my predictions for the 2021 Disney Cars Diecast line. So I've already come up with the 12 different series that I think are somewhat possible, and then we're going to go ahead and fill in with what I think are some reasonable predictions for what we'll see next year. So without further ado, let's get the first paper on here. We have Radiator Springs, Piston Cup, and the Rusty's Racing Center are the first ones that I'll be filling in. So let's get this Sharpie over here. If I can get that cap on like that. I've already got a few ideas that I want to put in some of the series, but Radiator Springs, you have the typical characters like Mater and all that. So I'm pretty sure we'll probably get at least some kind of Mater. Excuse my handwriting, it's been a while since I've been in school, which is why it looks so bad. It usually gets bad after a while. We have like Mater, Doc Hudson, Sheriff and all that. So we're just going to fill in all the townies, just because I think they're all probably going to get released at some point. So we have like Flo, Luigi, slash Guido, Fillmore, Sarge, all those people. And this is going to be one of the more boring parts. Fillmore, Sarge. Who else do we have? Ramon. And I'm recording it on this black paper so that it doesn't like bleed through, to my table. Sorry, let's get that back on the thing. Ramon. Who else is there? Sally. Lizzie. I think Lizzie actually hasn't been released for a few years now, but I do think that she'll probably make a return this year. Red, almost certainly going to be in there. He's been in like every deluxe case for the past 3 years. So we have, I believe that's all the townies. There's, nobody else. So now's the fun part. We're going to fill in some of the old timers. So I think that it's a possibility that we'll get Milton Caliper. He hasn't been released since 2009, similar to Hank Halloween Murphy, and he just got re-released. Actually, no, Hank was released in 2013, I believe, as well, and as well as a few multi-packs. I think that he could certainly return this year. I'd love to see it. He's a really nice-looking diecast, probably one of my favorites out of the old-timers, and I think that he's a bit overdue for a re-release. Who else is there? I think that I don't know. Maybe it's a possibility that we could get a new townie. Let's go ahead and let's say, oh yeah, we'll get a I bet we can get a tractor as well as Frank. I'm gonna go ahead and say that we should get 2 more cars. Let's go with another re-release. This is a tough one. I say that we should go with, how about we go with Van? I think Van or Mini could get a re-release this year as a single. And with that, let's just put Mini in there as well. Maybe there'll be a 2-pack. Mini. And finally, let's put 1 new car in there. Let's just say some kind of new old-timer. New retro. Alright, that's out of the way. Now we have the Piston Cup, which will be pretty much the replacement for Dinoco 400. Dinoco 400 has been around for almost 2 years, and I think it's about time that we kind of end it and let's go back to the normal Piston Cup. So let's just say like Lightning McQueen, the King, all those people. Lightning, check, King. There's a few cars that haven't been released as a single for quite a while. So let's go with Cars 1 Ernie Gearson. He's overdue for another re-release. A lot of the other ones have gotten re-released since then. Brush Kerber just got re-released recently. Same with there's Murray Clutchburn as well. I'm trying to think of who else there is. Oh yeah, Ruby Easy Oaks. Ruby EO. Another one that hasn't gotten re-released for quite a while would be, there's a whole lot of them. Billy Oil Changer got one recently. How about we go ahead and say, what's his name? Rusty Cornfuel. Hasn't gotten re-released since the 2017, that weird movie thing they did. Rusty Cornfuel. Let's go with one more and say, one more spot. I'd say that Darren Ledford, I guess. He also hasn't been re-released for quite a while. Darren L. So that concludes the racing part of it. Maybe we could get a few more cars. Let's say Richard Clayton Kensington. Rich CK. There's also cars like I think Race Official Tom. He did get a re-release recently. How about we go with Tow Truck Tom? Has been released for quite a while, I believe. Tow Truck Tom. And you know what? Let's just go out on a limb and say Axle Accelerator. Axle A. Don't know if that's how you spell it or not. That is quite the mess. Let's go ahead and say that we also get a re-release of. No, not a re-release. Let's go ahead and say we get a new release. I say that next year could be the year that they uncancel Clayton Gentle Breeze. It's been canceled twice now, and they've been canceled quite a few cars this year, so I don't think that Clayton is too far out of the realm of possibility. Let's leave it at that. Move on to the Rusty's Racing Center. Let's get some of the obvious ones out of the way. Sterling Crews, the normal Crews. Q, Rusty's Racing Center, Lightning McQueen, and now we have a lot of free space. So I think it's almost inevitable that Sequoia will be released next year. And there's not a whole lot else they can do with this line. Maybe we'd get Luigi and Guido, but I think that maybe, just maybe, we could get Millie. Now, if we don't know who Millie is, she's actually in the Meet the Cars book with the Cars 301. She's the one who's washing the floor when McQueen's waiting to go into Sterling's office. That's Millie. So I don't know if it's a long shot, but I think that if they were to put another one out, that would be it. Since Sequoia is apparently the last one that we need. There might be a few ones hiding in the background, but I believe that Sequoia should be the last one. So with that, I just say let's go 2 pitties, as in like the pitties that were kind of rolling around. And let's throw in a random re-release of like, how about we get like, maybe we could get a re-release of like maybe Mac or something. Let's just say I'll probably make a Luigi and Guido or something like that before they ever make Sequoia in this line. But I think we should leave it at that, just because I think that's already too many new cars. We know Mattel wouldn't spoil us like that. Next up, here are the here's the next page. This one we have Next Gens, World Grand Prix, and Thunder Hollow. So, starting off with the Next Gens, let's get JS out of the way. Jackson Storm. Jackson Storm is out of the way. I say we also get Dinoco Crews. Looks like a B. I have no idea what that says. Dinoco, let's just scratch that out. Dinoco Crews. I say that this is the year that we get a re-release of Bubble Wheelhouse. And I also say that we get 2 new Next Gens this year, like we did with the last one. I think realistically, Rev and Go will be next, since you already have a tractor for that Next Gen, and Rev and Go. And I also think that the next one that could be released, I'm gonna say Spearmint, just because I think that is, actually no, not that. Let's do 3 new ones. NG Spearmint and NG, no, not NG. I'm gonna put Jim Reverick in here as well, since he's been released from Tomica. I don't think there's a possibility of JP Drive coming out like soon, maybe sometime in the near future, but not this year. And I think that Rhino Toupee will eventually get re-released either the year after this, or maybe he'll be in maybe he'll be 2020's Walmart 5-pack Next Gen. 2018 was Paul Conrath, 2019 was George Newman, and maybe Rhino Toupee will be 2020. So I think that's okay for now. We're just gonna get re-releases of a whole bunch of Next Gens, so let's just put HJ, since he's getting a color changer. Ed Trunken. I think that George Newman could get a single release, since he's getting a Rocket Racer release. And let's just throw like a whole bunch of re-releases in there, such as like, who's been released this year? Actually, yeah, I think, what's his name? Herb Kerbler could get a single release this year. He was in a multi-pack this year. And let's just go ahead and say, they'll probably re-release JD McPillar or something like that. I think one of those 3 remaining multi-pack Next Gens will come out. So JD McPillar also in the Next Gen series. That could be a very, very good year for the Next Gens. However, I don't think half of those are happening. Although I do think that it's somewhat realistic. World Grand Prix. We're just gonna say, I'm not gonna bother to write them all down. All the racers, because they're all realistic. Now it's time to get into some of that stuff. Let's, we got some pit crew members this year. Let's say pit crew Sarge, since Mater and Fillmore are coming out this year. They're not yet out at the time of this video, but they will be out in one of the upcoming 2-pack cases. Let's go with Sarge. Someone I think who is overdue for a release, or a re-release, is, what's his name? Austin Littleton. And similar with like Petro Cardellino, but I don't think Petro will be this year. Let's go ahead and say Terrell Gear Tree gets a single release. Terrell Gear Tree. I think we get one new car in this year's line, and that will be Shoes Pity. And let's just go ahead and throw in one more car, and let's just say, let's just get a single release of Bruno. That's WGP. Now we move to Thunder Hollow. I think an obvious one that everyone wants is the announcer, so we're going to put him in there. I think he's a good possibility as well. Announcer. So we have the announcer. We have obviously like Miss Ritter and RV and all those people. Damage, and now it's kind of like a free-for-all. You can have kind of throw in whatever car you want. So I think that Patty get one. She hasn't been released since 2017. Same with Jimbo. Sigalert. Who else is there that hasn't been released since then? Airborne, all that. There's Taco. Taco is actually really rare nowadays. So I think he could possibly get a re-release. Let's go with Francis Beltline, or aka Cruz Ramirez. Francis. That's not how you spell it. B. And then let's go with like two more maybe. Let's just say that Mr. Drippy gets another release. And finally, let's just say there's a lot of possibilities. I don't think that Todd will ever come out. Well, he might eventually, but not this year. Let's go with Pile Up. Pile Up was supposed to be released in 2019/20. However, he was in a case that was canceled. That case also included a few of the other, tractors and all that. Like, I believe the Pyrofield Chief was in that case, as well as the No Stall tractor. Might have been one of the other tractors, but unfortunately that case was canceled, along with Pile Up. So, he'll be released this year. Well, we can assume. That's the second page complete. Now, let's go with the next one. This next page, we have Copper Canyon, the Florida 500, and Thomasville. Alright, so, Thomasville, I'm going to start with that. Let's just say Smokey. And the Legends actually haven't been re-released since their original release in 2017, so I say that this is the year that we finally get them. For Scott, Louise, Nash, and Junior Moon. We have all those gone. Let's get a re-release of Andrew Ruman. And I actually think that he'll be in a 2-pack with Jenny Tilland. Jenny T. I think that they'll be in a 2-pack. Another re-release is the Old Dude. Old Timer. Blue. He was in the Cotter Pin, and I'm surprised he hasn't been released since. I think Emily Engine could also be a viable candidate for this year. So let's put Emily Engine up there. Emily Engine. Maybe Sweet Tea could get a single release. They tend to do a lot of like single releases that were in multi-pack, or not multi-packs, 2-packs. Let's go with one more, and let's just say Storm Cruise. It's long overdue for a release. That is also presumably canceled. Storm Cruise. Alright, moving on to the Florida 500, which could have so much good stuff, but unfortunately, I don't think that we'll get a whole lot, so let's just say Jackson Storm again, since they release him in like every single series. Jackson S, Rusty's Crews. Let's also do Maddie McGear. And let's put a few new releases in here. I think that we could actually get some more next-gen crews. Such as, I think that the Richie Gunzit's crew chief could actually be a viable candidate for a release, since we do see him quite a lot in the movie. Richie G Chief. Now that's actually more of just a hope, but I actually think that if they were to release another next-gen crew chief for all that, I think that his could be one of the first ones. Maddie McGear, Sterling with headset, since they re-release him all the time. Sterling with headset. Let's also go with, what's his name? Shoot, I completely forgot. Actually, we could do like Sally or Smokey. Although, I'm not sure. Maybe we could get some more next gens. Next gens as in, like, I don't know. This is hard. Let's just say like Noah Gokek or something, since he appears at the Florida 500 a lot. Oh yeah, Pat Traxon too. Pat T. Who else is being released in that line this year? You have a whole lot of, cars and random people. I mean, let's just say that Fabulous McQueen will get another re-release. I know he didn't appear at the Florida 500. However, they keep on releasing him in that series, so I don't think they'll stop anytime soon. There's the Florida 500 series. And at the end, we'll go over all the new cars or notable re-releases. Alright, Copper Canyon time. This has so much potential. However, they haven't done anything with it yet. The only new car we've gotten so far is Chris Revstopski with Flag. And you also do have Laura Spinwell and Ray Reverham, Jackson Storm's Pretty and Crew Chief, coming out later this year in a 2-pack, which is a phenomenal. That is the highlight of 2020 so far. But besides those two things, I haven't done much with it. Just re-release a bunch of cars. So let's just say Cal Weathers, Bobby Swift, and Brick Yardley. Rusty's LMQ, Rusty's Lightning McQueen. So we have those three. You also have people like, Jackson Storm. I don't want to re-release him again. However, they probably will. Let's say Mac gets another re-release in the Copper Canyon series. Mac. We're gonna put some new cars in here. Let's say security guard. There's some security guards that guarding Jackson Storm and the thing. Phil Tankson. I think he could be a re-release. Same thing with, who else is there? Chip Gearings. Let's say he gets a re-release. There's a bunch of racers that we could really do. But, I mean, you can't do all of them, and there's a lot of that have already been released. So let's try to get another new car in here. Let's just say, what if we were to get a Gail Buford cab? I think that's a bit of a stretch, but actually she might be too big for deluxe packaging. I think Gail is actually, yeah, looking at her right now, she's a bit too big for deluxe packaging. So I don't think that she is really a possibility for that, although it would be nice to see. Like her art and stuff, although we have seen it in the Cars book. Let's say we get another Chris Stopsky. Chris R, and let's just hope it's a new flag, although it might be, actually, yeah, Chris R checkered flag. Let's also say Shannon Spokes. And I think that could be a solid Copper Canyon line. Let's just go and say one more new release, and that could be the King with headset. That's a really boring one, but not out of the realm of possibility. King with headset. That finishes off this page, and we will now move on to the last one. Now, this could actually be a bit controversial, but we have Funny Flashbacks, which I think has a lot of potential. Doc's Racing Days also has a lot of potential. And the most controversial out of them all, Press. We haven't seen like a Press line for quite a while. We did get the RSM line in 2018. However, that only had 2 cars. Neither of them being new, although one of them was a very notable re-release of the Cars 3 Lightyear blimp. So let's go and say Corey Turbowitz. Let's say Bert gets one. I think Who-Man could get it, but I'm not going to put her in there since, I don't know. It's a tough call to make. Corey, Bert, you also have people such as, like, the Blimp. I think we will see one new release, and that will have to be, let's say the White Cameraman gets a re-release, that canceled one. I don't know. White Camera Man. I think he could potentially get a release, but, I don't know. This is a really tough line to do since there's so many of them. There's a bunch of canceled ones, and you really have no idea what could, really happen. Let's say that, no, I'm not going to do Jay Leno. I was thinking about doing it, but definitely not. What about Shuki? Shuki hasn't been released for quite a while, but let's say that Shuki gets a release this year. Shuki, not really certain. And the final car in this line, actually no, let's do one more non-new one. Let's just go ahead and say that Studs McGirdle gets one. Studs and the final one will have to be a new release, which I was just going to say, but what am I thinking? I don't know. Let's just go with one new cameraman. Let's just say that. Doc's Racing Days. Heyday Smokey. Hey Smokey. Let's go with Heyday Louise. Let's say that Floyd Morgan gets uncanceled. Floyd M. And Joe Don Jackson gets uncanceled. He was supposed to be released as well. However, we didn't actually see a photo for him. Jackson. He did have a listing though, I believe. Don Jackson. Let's say Dirt Track Doc. Dirt Track Doc. And let's go with like a random re-release, and let's just throw out the possibility of how about we go with the Jet Robinson, just gets a re-release, because I mean, why not? Jet R. Who else is new? Did an ambulance appear? I don't know if an ambulance appeared, but let's just say ambulance. If there is an ambulance, let's say that that gets released. Moving on to the 12th, the final series, that is Funny Flashbacks. This has a lot of potential, and I think that the Tractor series, which I don't believe is in business anymore, could migrate over to Funny Flashbacks. I hope it does, and that's what we're going to predict right here, right now. Let's just first off say, Wasabi Mater, say re-release. Wasabi Mater. You have the, let's say that Tank Coat Tractor is in there. Tank Coat Tractor. Easy Idle Tractor, since those are very prominent ones. And the final tractor will be Gaskets Tractor, since I believe he appeared in the movie. So we have those, and then there's so many, like, you know, funny scenes you could have. Let's say Tumbleweed McQueen probably gets a re-release in this line. Tumbleweed McQueen, and man, maybe we could do Ka-Chow McQueen? Yeah, let's do that. Ka-Chow McQueen. Ka-Chow McQueen. The you know, Italian one that was in like a 2-pack and then another multi-pack and all that. Whole bunch of stuff. And finally, I think that's a pretty filled line, so we'll put one more in there. Let's just say, let's go with, who else is left? You have like a bunch of Mater variants. I think we should do a Mater variant, since there's a lot of him. Let's go out on a limb and say Funny Face Mater is uncancelled. Now, Funny Face Mater. Now, I mean, who really knows? I don't think that, he's one of, like, he'll probably be on the bottom of cars they want to uncancel, but, he makes sense for this line, and I don't think that, there's much else you can do with it, unless you want to go and, like, look at every single moment in the Cars universe and make, like, slight expression changes. So, that completely finishes this line. So let's take a look at the new releases and notable re-releases. New releases, Easy Idle Track. Well, so out of all those, here are all the important ones if you want to skip to the end. The Easy Idle Tractor, Tank Coat Tractor, Gaskets Tractor, Funny Face Mater, Ka-Chow Lightning McQueen, Tumbleweed McQueen, Heyday Louise Nash, Ambulance, Floyd Morgan, Don Jackson, Chucky, Corey Tuberwitz, Studs McGirdle, Bert, a new cameraman, a blimp, Natalie Certain, and the canceled white cameraman. Moving on to the next page, you have Brickyardly, Matt, those are all, a security one, a security car, a checkered flag Khrushchev Stopsky, Phil Tankson, Chip Gearings, King with Headset, Thunder Hollow, you have, Jackson Storm, you have Noah Gocheck, Richie Guns's Chief, Thomasville, you have the Blue Old Timer at the Cotter Pin, Junior Moon, Emily Engine, Storm, Cruz Ramirez, Louise Nash, Trevor Scott, and a 2-pack with Andrew Vrumon and Jenny Tolan. Next page, you have Bubba Wheelhouse, Herb Kerbler, Next Gen Experiment, George Newwin, Jaden McPillar, Danico, no, that's not, Ed Trunken, Jim Reverick, Next Gen Revengo, and H.J. Hollis, WGP, Austin Littleton, Pit Crew Sarge, Shoes Pity, Terrell Geartree as a single, and Bruno Motoru as a single. Thunder Hollow, Francis Beltline, Jimbo, Patty, Pile Up Taco, Miss Rita Arvia, those are not new, The Announcer, and Siglert. That's it for that one. So we move on to the final page, which has not a whole lot, but we have a new retro car, Milton Caliper, a tractor, Piston Cup, Tow Truck Tom, Axle Accelerator, Ruby Easy Oaks, Ernie Gearshin, the Cars 1 version, Clayton Gentle Breeze, uncancelled, Murray Clutchburn, which is now, yeah, Richard Clayton Kensington, Darren Leadfoot, Rusty Cornfield, Tow Truck Tom, yeah, no, all those. And then finally, the Rusty's Racing Center, Sequoia, 2 of those Pitties, and Millie. Those are my 2021 predictions. They obviously will not all be correct, but I do think that none of these cars are extremely out of possibility. They could all potentially be released. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Tomorrow, I will be releasing a video showing what I want the 2021 line to look like. I've actually already posted it on Tappa Talk if you want to go look at that. But I'll basically be going over that list, all the pictures, and that one is a lot more detailed than this one. Not only does it have singles, deluxes, and 2-packs, it also has a whole bunch of other stuff, such as cartoons, storytellers. I made the entire Planes line, metallics, multi-packs, and all that. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.